everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela here again today. I hope you're all doing really well. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers and always take this opportunity to say thank you to all my subscribers, old and new, all your wonderful words of encouragement and support. I really can't tell you how much that means to me. I got a new board, so I hope the pink is not so, it was a bit glary, and hopefully this one is a little bit better for you to see what I'm doing. And today I've got exciting envelope number 18, so I'm quite happy to say that I really like this one too, and I hope that you're going to like it too. So let's have a look at it. Here it is. It's the lovely muted pinks, creams, a little bit of green and a little bit of peach and yellow in there. So hopefully you can see that nice and clearly. I've used some frames today, and I've used a kit which we will talk about in a minute. So this is what we're going to make today. So that's the front, and if I turn it over, this is the back. What I've done is I've used some little Velcro spots on the back to keep this closed, which I really like. It's so easy. And then we open it up like this, and we've got a little pocket over here. Let me put this down, with some pieces of ephemera in there. That goes in there, and you lift that up, and you've got another little pocket over here with some more bits of ephemera that slides in there. Then we close that one down, we open it up like that. We've got a little pocket over there with some pieces of ephemera, and I'm loving the colors of it. That goes in there. And then over here we've got a little paper clip holding two other pieces of ephemera there. I've used a paper punch just to decorate the edge of that, and then you lift that up, and we've got another little pocket, some nice writing space here, and two other pieces of ephemera. So that's what we're going to do today. So it looks complicated, but you'll see it's really easy. So we close that flap, we close up that one there, we've got everything there. We can close that, tuck that in, close the sides. Oh, sides go in first, Angela. Close the back, and there we have the whole thing like that. So not too thick, so go nicely into your journals, or a nice little gift on its own as well. So that's what we're going to make today. So I hope you like that. So let's put that aside for a minute and have a look at the papers that we're going to use. Right, so today I'm using a kit from chapter 1. I've used this kit before. It's the Shabby Chic kit, I think. I'll check on that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have one sheet which I've printed on both sides without a border. It doesn't matter about the border or not. We're going to trim some off anyway. And then this is 2 pages from the kit. So you've got this lovely pink page, and then you've got this like coffee stained doily type looking page, which is going to be perfect. And then we're going to use this page, which is a page from the kit. It's really pretty, beautiful hydrangeas, loads of flowers. So that's going to be the front bit and the back. I printed on the other side of this, not to make, because I don't want to line it and make it too thick, so that will be on the inside of the envelope. And then what I did was I printed one of these pages, which are the pockets that are in the kit. So that's what we're going to use as far as papers are concerned. Okay, so first thing to do is we need to make the actual envelope bit. And yeah, this is always a challenge, because I have used the same template that I used for the very first envelope I made, called number 1, so exciting envelope 1. Now I don't know if you guys want me to try and make this template for you. It's not hard. If you've got a seed envelope packet, it's really me just opening it up and laying it flat. I just made these a bit wider. But you could easily do this yourself, but I'll try and work out a way that I can have this template available if you so wish. So let me know what you want me to do. Oh gosh, I can't grip this right. So first thing we want to do is take this piece of paper. This is going to be the base of our envelope, and this is going to be the front. So the front will be this side, so you want that like that. Now let me just give you some measurements, because people ask me about these things. Right, so the actual envelope, when it's closed and made up, will be 9.5 centimeters. Oh, this is the wrong ruler. Sorry, I have to use the bent one that my son got hold of. 3 3/4 inches, and this way it is 15.5 centimeters, or just over 1/8 over 6 inches. So there we go, that's the size of it folded up. All right, so what I did was I really just took a seed packet, I laid it, I took it, just deconstructed it and made a template from that. Otherwise, this whole thing here measures 20.5 centimeters. Get the other ruler now. 8 inches in length, and the width of it is 15 centimeters, or that's 6 inches, I think. Yes. All right, so that's what you're looking at, and then just putting on your flaps. So that's what it really is made up of. Now let me put those aside. Now what we want to do is we want to lay this on here like that, and we want to get a pencil, and we want to just draw around this. Now I've made this template out of cardstock, really thick cardstock, because I use it for a lot of things, as far as envelopes are concerned, different things that I do with all sorts of pages. So I like to have it on hand. I've got templates for all sorts of things, my pockets, all sorts of things, long, thin tags, everything I want to do, and the covers and things. Perhaps you want me to put something together for you guys. I can put it in my Etsy if you want. Let me know. All right, so anyway, so that's what that is about. Now we'll need a ruler, and we want to just cut along the edges, so that's easy enough. Let's just go and cut that bit straight off. And I thought when I was doing it earlier that that would make a beautiful tag if you had to trim that down, because that's just so beautiful. So definitely hang on to that, and then very quickly we'll just do the rest of this. If you are using a craft knife, please, if you're not used to it, just be really careful. I've used a craft knife for years, so I know that it can be take your finger off, so just please be careful with it if you're not used to using one. You can use your scissors, you don't need to use a craft knife. It's just my preferred method. Alright, so I've got that sorted, and now on the curved edges, I'm just going to take that lot off there. And then all I do with the end bits here is you can round them off with the scissors, or just round it off with a corner punch as well. Okay, so there we have the basis of our envelope, and on the other side we've got it printed already, so we don't need to line it, so that's great. Now you can go and ink this if you want. I'm not going to. except for down here there, because there was a little bit of white ever so thin showing through. So we are all done with that. So that's going to be the front, as I said, and that's going to be the back. So what you want to do now is very carefully, and this is when I like my board, just line up your envelope and just fold it along the crease lines. Just make sure that you've got it all lined up straight, and that's why a board is great, because you can always just check that you've done a good job of it. This one's ever so slightly skewed, so we'll just hold it in place. There you go. Okay, so there we go. And then again, you want to do the same over here, and then just fold that side in. Make sure you've got it nice and straight as well. This is a lovely template to have to make envelopes from a single sheet of paper, because you get a good size, especially for letter A4. This is perfect. Okay, so now we want to just get this bit nice and straight there, and let's just get that bit done, and then I like to just line it up. Okay, there we go. I think that's about it. Okay, so there we go. We've got our envelope. Oops, what's going on the corner? There we go. That'll have to do. All right, so there we go. That's our envelope all ready to go. Now what we need to do is, you can open that all up again. And we need to make some measurements now, because we're going to do the bit that fits into this piece here, our inside piece. Okay, so that would be how it would be, like that. Upright, yes. Okay, so what we need to do now is we want to just measure the width from there to there, and if I'm 9.5, that's correct, because it was 19 all in all. Okay, so the measurement from there to there is 9.5 centimeters, and on the inches side it is 3 3/4. Okay, so that's what I have got for the inside piece. I just took this quickly, and what I want to do is I just want to take the piece of paper that has the coffee stained doily on the one side and the pink on the other. I needed it to be 19 centimeters across there on the narrow side, so we want to just measure it up to 19, and there's just a thin narrow piece that you want to take off, and that's what I've done. Okay, so that would be a great ruffle, so I'll just hang on to that. So that's all I wanted to do there, and that's quick and easy. And now what we want to do is we want to fold this into 4. So you want to meet it up at the top there. Use my nail just to line it up. Okay, on each side, and then just fold that in half, and then just make sure it's meeting really well, and then you want to just fold it in half again the other way. I'll just use my nail just to check I am lined up. Okay, so there we go. Got it in 4 like that. So let's just make sure you really get those edges nice and well done. Okay, so that's all right. So let's just see, before we get all go further on, that this is going to fit nice and snug, and if you just bend those 2 in, you should have it lying nice and flat, and you're ready to carry on. So that's great. So we're going to open this up now, and on the but you can see the fold lines really clearly. And now we're going to take our pair of scissors, you can do, or I'm going to use this. I want you to cut a line from the center point only along one side. So we're just going to put our knife there, or our scissors, and then we're going to run this down. So I can't see now. So there to there. Okay, so let's just do that. Only the 1/2. Okay, and now what I want to do is I'm going to fold one of these down and one of these the other way. So you got one folding the one way and one folding the opposite way. Now just on this piece here, because it's got an ever so little bit of a ridge, which I noticed earlier on my other one, I'm just going to take a very, very thin sliver and cut that off, just like that. Okay, so ever so thin. Right, so as I said, this one will fold forward, that one's folding backward. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this the piece that sticks down, and we're going to have that piece there. Then we're going to close it like that, and we're going to fold this piece up like that. Okay, just like that. So I've folded it, just done it randomly, so it's at 2 inches, 5 centimeters. Okay, just like that. So now you've got the flap that's going to lift up. We're going to put a pocket over there. We're going to have a little pocket over there. We're going to just clip on something there. We're going to decorate the edge if you want, and another pocket there. So there with one piece of paper, how cool is that? Right, so let's do some of these things quickly so we can get moving on. And I'm very mindful of the light. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper punch. Okie dokes. So I didn't like the edge that it did, so I've made it a bit shorter, but that's all right. Okay, so we've got that one over there with a butterfly edge. I've used a smaller butterfly edge, and then I've got this one over here that's like that. So now what we want to do is we want to put on the various bits and bobs. So let me just open this up so I remember what I did. Okay, so the first thing we want to do over here is we want to just quickly glue this one down. So I'm going to just take my distress ink for the top and a little bit on the side, so that's fine. And then I want to glue that down quickly. So I just want to glue it on that side and on that side. Just quickly get that down with a bit of glue. Okay, so we'll just take that and we bend it down like that. There we go. So we've got our first pocket ready, so that's lovely. And now I just want to decorate it up a little bit so it's not standing out too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on one of these little labels, which are also from chapter 1. And they've got such gorgeous things. So I'll put this in the description box along with the kit and the stamps as well, which I've loved using. And they all go so beautifully together. It's just beautiful colors. So I'm going to just arrange that like that over there. So that's what we're going to do. So it's quick and easy. It's not a very long project at all, but of course you can dress this up as much or as little as you like. This is not too fancy as far as some of the things I like to do, but obviously you know, you can really go to town with stuff like this. I had all bright ideas, then I thought, no, slow down. You know, you want to make a few of these. You don't want to make life difficult for yourself, Angela. Slow down. All right, so we've got that. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of script, because you know I like to use script. on parchment. So I've got some there. I'm just tearing off a word. And just give a little dusting here. And we're going to just stick that out. I think that's a bit long. Yeah, so we will take that off. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll just put it on there and then there. There we go, first one done. Okay, so now we want to do the one underneath. So we need a little pocket on its own. So I have cut out some here. We got this little one I've cut out, which is adorable. So again, just fold along those little lines, and this can be quite tricky. I do like my bone folder, and I will burnish that in a minute. I just want to try and get this as straight as I can. Okay, so there's that. There's that, and then just the bottom. Okay. Right, so we can stick these down. Just remember, if you're ever wanting to make bigger pockets or smaller ones, remember the video I did last, which was about how to make the best use of your digitals. And just remember, you can size these up or down any which way you like, depending on the size of journal you're making. I would want bigger pockets if I was doing this in my normal sized journal, so I would want to enlarge these. So yeah, don't forget that. I will put that link below if you're not sure what I'm on about. Okay, so that one, I'm pretty happy with all of that. There's not much that I really want to do on there. Might put a little word or something on there. What else do I want to put, perhaps? Rummaging in the scrap pile. So just take a few little bits and bobs here, like that. Just a little scrap of pink, and just finding a good spot to put it. So it might be there, like that, like that. And then I might just stick this little word, which is just little, but I don't have much space on that side there, so we'll just have it like that. Okay, so there's that. So we've got that sorted, we've got that sorted. We'll come back and put the goodies in at the end. And now what I want to do is, we want to put a triangular shaped one over there. Now what I thought was, I would cut it out, because it's this one over here with a little label thing on it. So I'm just going to grab that one really quickly. And take that one out there. This is such a pretty kit. I tell you, I'm just aching to make a journal with it, which I have to hang on because I've got other commitments at the minute, but I think it would make a stunning journal. Just beautiful. And the other kits that they have, they all sort of work together, so which is fabulous. So I have bought myself a few, and I'm really dying to do more with these kits. So I really like how the colours in this one. Right, so we've folded the corners over there, and we're just making sure that there's always a little bit that sticks out here, which I need to cut off. Right, so we've got that one done, so that was quick and easy. So we're going to stick that down over there. So you can just quickly, I just don't want any white bits from cutting with the scissors, so I just like to do that ever so lightly. Just glue this one down quickly, like that. And we can stick it all down like this. There we go. Oh yeah, and I remembered earlier, is just to put a little bit of glue on this piece. This little flap there I forgot earlier, and it needs a little bit. Right, so we've got that there. Now what I did here was I made a tiny little ruffle from a scrap. I'm going to put this on the end here, and then I had a little stamp, again one of their stamps. So I had that just sticking out like that, and that one going over there. Just simple, not difficult. I mean, these are so beautiful, you don't really need to do much. The tags are to die for. So I didn't do anything to the tags, I just love them as they are. Right, so that's going to go over there. This, which is the right way, that is. So just put a bit of this on there as well. Just stick that on the end. This end, I think. Yep. Okay, so there. This is nice and thin, so it's not going to be bulky. This Liberty fabric is really thin. So that's great. I'm happy with that. And then I just needed to, I've got a stamp that was one of the bigger stamps, so I'm going to use that. Just do that quickly. And then I wanted to just use a different card, which I'm going to just use this one. No, it wasn't that one. Yeah, well, we can use that one, and we can stick that in over there like that, and that just goes on over there. And I've got a nice rose gold paper clip that'll just hold those all together like that. Trying to not put too many decorations on it because you want to keep this flat. Okay, so all that's left to do really is our inside flap over here, and I'm just checking what I did. Okay, so we've got our last little pocket to go in over there. So it was just one of these, and again fold it over like that really quickly. There we go, and then just put a little bit of distress ink like that, and that can go right there just like that. Okie dokes. Right, so there we have it. Okay, we'll come and put everything in a minute. Now, at any point you can obviously just give it a little bit of distress ink. Quite like these butterflies sticking out here. But I'm not going to spend too much time doing that because you know how to do that. Right, so we've got everything sorted here, and that's going to close. We've got everything ready to go, and that's our insert ready to go. So it's all ready to be stuck down. So what I want to do now is I'm going to do the front of our envelope. So again, you just see why. I'm going to cut that off. That's better. Right. Now we just want to decorate the front bit here. So what I did was, let me just move that out the way. I made some little frames. So we've got a little insert. I'm going to put that to the side. What I did was I didn't have any squares. So what I did was I had these squares with the sort of etched out corners. I don't know what they're called shape wise. And I just took these, and this was the smallest size I had. So in order for me just to make this into a decent frame, I took my knife and just move to the side here so I can see what I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing. I just took my ruler like this, and I gauged it, and I turned it. And I just gauged it like that. And once I'd cut all 4 sides with my knife, I will show you what I did. And I won't put you through doing this twice. I will pause and do it. And then with my knife, and this is where you need to be careful, I just cut straight across there slowly. Like that. I'll just make this blade a bit shorter. There we go. Like that. And I think I've got one more to do. So that's all I did. Okay, and then once you've got the one, I mean, you can keep that for something else, make a smaller frame. And once I've got the one done, I just took this bit here, I laid it on top of this. I then took my pencil. I had a different pencil, so I get the wrong one. Sorry. Right. And then I just drew around it, which gave me a great gauge of where to go. Just like that. And then I was able to do the other one. Okay, so here I am again. So we've got our 2 frames. Okay, so this is the sheet that I have used, and it's that part there that we need to cut out for the butterfly. So let me just do that quickly. There we go. Right, so this is the bit we're going to use for the butterfly, and the butterfly is hiding. Here it is. This is a butterfly I'm going to use. You can find these if you follow me on Pinterest. I've got a butterfly board, and I'm going to stick that one just in the middle over there like that. Okay, so we can do that. Now I'm only going to stick it the middle third of the butterfly so that the wings can lift up a little bit, and it gives it a bit of dimension. So I'm going to stick that over there like that. We'll stick it right down at the minute, and we'll deal with the wings at the end. So there we go. That's the butterfly. Now we can go and stick this down straight away. Yeah, let's give it a little bit of a dusting on the edge, just to get rid of any white area that I might have missed when I was trimming it. Okay, so let's stick that down quickly, like that. Get to the edges. All right. Let's just open this up, and now we're going to stick it just over here, just over there like that. Okay, just make sure you've got it straight. And that's what we're going to do. Right, and then what we're going to do, we want to take our distress ink. And then very lightly, I just want to give it a bit of a distress along the outside. Again, this is totally optional, so, you know. But I think it does give it a nice finish, and the frame does look, have a nice contrast, but it's ever so light. And then what I did was, I took the one frame like that, and then I took the other one, and I'm just going to give it a really bit of a light gluing. Okay, and then I just angled it like that. So it's a bit fiddly, but we'll get there. There we go. Just like that, and then turn it all over and put glue on all the surfaces that are visible, like that. There we go. And now we're going to plonk this, not plonk really, but you know, we're going to just position this so that we don't want it going over the edge. Let's just, yeah, I did have it over a little bit. Okay, so just checking that the top and the bottom are aligned as best as I can, like that. Okay, there we go. So that's good. Okay, so we've got that sorted, and then I did put a little word there. So just take again some script. I do love script. I am a sucker for script. I think it just adds something. And then what I did was I just put that at the bottom like that. Okay, so you have got this going over a bit, but we did on the other one as well. And I think that just gives it a little bit more, you know, you're not bound by the edge of the page. Just, it's not going to make any difference. It's really going to be lovely. Okay, so we've got our butterfly working here. We're going to put a little, sorry, just grab this. A little one of these in the middle of her, sorry. So we'll just put a little dot there, like that. And take one of these half pearls. There we go, so that's for the middle. And then we want to just sort out our flowers. So with the flowers, what I did was, I've got my Tim Holtz dies. I've got some of these, like a creamy color paper. So that's, I'm going to put on over there like that. Then I took, also still with the Tim Holtz, the Wildflowers dies. I cut out a really light pink one. So I've got a tool. I say that every time. And then I'll go and do this. Let's get the tool. Right, so I've got this tool that does a great job of this. Okay. And then you've got a nice pokey bit if you need it. So that's we're gonna have that at the top there. We're gonna have that one to follow. And then I just had some foliage dies, which I do have. this little one here, and then, sorry, I've got one of those and one of these. Okay, so again we're going to have piece going that way. It's really light pink, and then another one just going that way. We're going to do it on the edge because I don't want to cover up too much of the hydrangea, which is so pretty over there as well. Okay, so let me quickly stick those down for you. And I do love these die cuts. They are just phenomenal. If you haven't got these, they are a great investment. I recommend them all the way. I've used them in so many different applications. I've just one of the best things I've ever had, really. I quite like the other side of this, so slightly pinker. Okay, so we'll have this one going like that, slightly over on our frame. Then we will have the lighter pink one. Oops. Alright, so that one will go over there, and I know I had one leaf sticking over the other. And then this nice, it's like a bone colour, I would call it, like a mushroom paint, or you know, I really like it. Okay, so and then we're going to stick this one on just like that. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of foliage going on over there, and it really just adds and brings some dimension to all that's going on there, which is really lovely. Okay, so we've got everything looking fabulous. Now what we need to do is we needed a little, and because there's a little touch of yellow and peach going on there, I've got an ever so light yellow butterfly, which I'm just going to brush this on the edges to take the white away. Again, only going to do it in the middle of the butterfly here, like that, a little bit more, and we're going to stick that down just over there. Bring the wings up a bit. There we go. And then we just want to stick on one of these little goodies again. So let's just do a little spot of glue. Really is a spot of glue. And then I can just probably use this tool and just get that onto the middle like that. Right, so it's all coming together. We're very happy with that. So there we go. You can see a nice little arrangement of foliage going on there. Our lovely little arrangement over there going over the page, which I quite like. Gives it a little bit of a, I'm not in the box thinker at all, so that suits me. Just do that on the edges, just make the frame stand out more. Okay, like that, and then we just lift these up. That's beautiful. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to open it up. Our butterflies are now going to go flat because I need to stick in this bit here, but that's fine. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stick this in place. So let's just make sure that we've got it in the right position. We turn this over. We're going to stick glue all over this area. Be liberal with it. Okay, just watch the edges like that. And now we're able to go and stick this down. Now just line it up quickly before. Make sure the top and the bottom are evenly spaced. bring up your flap on this side. All right, and on that side. There we go. So now that flap should be able to close easily. Right, now just lift up your bits and pieces here. And then just run your hands down the one that's closest there. Okay, so now you can fold that all back again like that. Okay, now let's put some bits and pieces inside this one. So what I had over here was I put a little bit of sari on there and stitched around that one. I'm trying to keep it flat, as I said, and I've just got a basic, quite a bland tag, which I have just printed on the back there of these as well. So these two are going to go in the top here, just like that. And I thought that looked really nice. And then over here, I thought I would just put in small one of those and short one of those, and then we were having a brighter one of these, and I didn't put anything on those, so that's there. Then we open this up here, and I had a couple of bright ones there. I did put a frill on there, but it didn't, I thought to myself, in hindsight, that probably wasn't a good idea because it made it stick out a bit too much. So I'm not going to do that here. And then at the bottom over here, I've got one of these that's quite plain, and then such beautiful tags. Oh, which ones to choose. And then I thought that was really pretty. And that was about it. Because there's a clip on that side, you can always take another little card and just slide it in there as well. Okay, so there we've got that all sorted, and we should be able to close that up nicely, and it's not too bulky. That can just fold in, and we can do that there, and we can fold that over nicely over there. Oops, wrong way. Just like that. Okay, so all that remains to be done is to stick on our little Velcro spots. Now you don't have to use this. You could have another method, or just make a paper clip with a little bit of a lovely little collage of lace or something, which I've done once before, but this works fine for me. I'm quite happy with this, so it does the job. So I'm going to just stick these on each side, and just put that on the top of that one, and that on the top of that one, and then when you close them all nicely, they just go where they need to go. And there you have it. Okay, so we can arrange our butterflies as we want, and there we have it. So how pretty is that? And then again this one as well. So just lift that up, tuck that in, there and there, and there we have the other one. There we go. All right, how cute is that? So I hope you've enjoyed that, everybody. It was fun doing this. I think it's a really pretty project. I do love the colors, and I think it'd be a lovely gift, lovely happy mail, and a lovely addition to your journals. Also lovely if you're wanting to send a voucher to somebody for their birthday in the family or something. That would work really well as well. Okay, so thank you ever so much. Go and have a go at this. Share it with me on whichever social media site you're on, or you can even email me. My contact details are all below. I love seeing what you make, and I love seeing your interpretation of these envelopes, or anything else that I do for that matter. All right, so look after yourselves. I'll see you all very soon. And thank you for all your wonderful comments and support as always. You always bring a smile to my face. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you all again really soon. Bye bye.